the sniper game. What's that shit called? Sniper Ghost 3, some shit. Man, I ain't played this game. I ain't trying to play it. I don't care nothing about it. But what's crazy and what people been talking about from what I've been seeing, because, man, all I do is listen to YouTube. That's mainly where I get my information from. This is where I come up with the videos I come up with just by listening to everybody else. I mean, if you got your ear to the ground, about video games, well, on YouTube or whatever, you'll eventually hear about what the latest controversy is and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so this is about the sniper game, Ghost 3, I think it's called. And so they apparently, giving away the DLC for free on PlayStation 4 and PC. I mean, and they kind of just leaving Xbox out. Hey, man, you can sit here and say that maybe it's because of the market share that PlayStation has over Xbox. I mean, but to me, it don't seem like that's the case because, they include in PC. But then I don't see how you could say that PC has a large share of the market, because it's more difficult to gauge because you're looking at parts and maybe, here and there pre-built PCs and whatnot, but you can't it's not like looking at a console where you're getting a completed gaming experience, to take home and use for that. PCs can be used for anything, and it's a bit more complicated to say what is for what. Some people could probably buy the latest GPU and use it for something else, like, rendering movies or something. It's a bit more crazy to tell. But that's my reasoning for not thinking that the company behind this game is doing it for the market share. I mean, maybe that is a part of it. But my thinking is, listening from to different podcasts and whatnot, is I just get this idea that maybe Microsoft is, putting a bad taste in a lot of developers' mouth, man. I mean, I don't know how Microsoft is doing it, with the games that they're trying to get to be exclusive on their console, when they're sitting here axing, cutting off a few companies here and there that were supposed to be making games, for their system. And I think them canceling, what's the name of that game? Scalebound. It might have had a bigger impact than Microsoft realized, man. Or what's that dude name? Phil Spencer. Than they realized. It's people that make these games, not publishers, but the developers and whatnot. They watching their moves, man, and it's like, yo, Microsoft can't be sitting here cutting people off like this. This is going to be a lot of folks that's probably not going to want to mess with them. They, business practices might be messed up. It's a couple of reasons here and there that, us as consumers aren't seeing. So that's just something that Microsoft needs to fix. And I'm thinking it's starting to trickle down to just consumers, man. Consumers probably just sitting there like, yo, Xbox is, not doing so hot right now for various reasons. And, on top of it, PlayStation just dropping games, man. They picking up that momentum they've been known to pick up for the past three PlayStation generations, man. They just start dropping games. And then the third parties, they always gonna drop games on PlayStation, man. It's crazy. What makes me think of that is just like how it was with like PlayStation 2, especially because PlayStation 2 had so many games, and that was when like the first Xbox was out, right? And it was more powerful than PS2, but folks was still dropping the less, flashy games or whatever on PlayStation 2. You had Grand Theft Auto and stuff come out on Xbox, and it was less powerful it was less graphically intensive on PlayStation 2, but it sold more on PlayStation 2, Same thing for like a couple of games, like one of my favorite games back then was Dub Edition, Midnight Club. And it obviously looked better on Xbox, but it just did so much better on PC. I mean, not PC, I'm sorry, on PlayStation 2. But man, that was a generation that proved that power didn't mean much. It was just maybe it was mind share. I don't know what it was, but Sony just come with the games, man, and that's what it come down to. But back on topic, something Microsoft is doing, man, is just not adding up. I don't know what the fuck it is. I hope they can fix it because it's looking terrible for Xbox, and I don't think the Scorpio is gonna fix it. The Scorpio ain't gonna do too. In my opinion, the Scorpio ain't gonna do much of anything for him. You know, it's gonna come out and offer them a better gaming experience. True, you know, more power and all that. But what use is it if everyone's that's all the third parties and who are releasing games are leaning more toward PlayStation? PlayStation's gonna have the market share and everything on lock by the time the Scorpio even gets to be released. It's almost like, damn, dog. Microsoft is gonna have to pull what Tom Brady and them did on Super Bowl. But man, I hope we can get something going. And I'm starting to see why Sony is saying that PC is their competition, because Microsoft is just tripping all up over themselves, man. They dropping the ball. They fumbling right now. But anyway, I'm out, man. Thanks for watching. Peace.